dean of the College of Humanities and Social Sciences. And each time I remember marveling at the possibility that a dean would associate himself with what were considered to be radical interventions into the politics of the university. Some of you may not be aware of this. So let me say that over the last years, I've said on many occasions that Riverside is the best kept secret in the system. Yeah. The best kept secret in the system. And the fact that you all showed up further confirms that. The moments I've had the opportunity to visit this campus, they've been brief moments. The first time I heard Stephen speak was at a conference on policing and the university. I don't know how many of you happened to attend that conference. It was when? 2 years ago? 3 years ago? 3 years ago. So a lot of you weren't around. But you were there, right? Yes. You told me your friends were on the panel. Yeah. And I think this may have been the first and only time I heard a dean not only bring his own past activism, his activism during the 60s and confrontation with the police at that time, into a conversation about current university activism. Not that there should be anything extraordinary about this. You know that many of us who are older actually did participate in the struggles of the era of the 60s, right? Yeah. So there shouldn't be anything extraordinary about this. But what I found truly extraordinary was the fact that he was willing to tell these stories while fully inhabiting his position as dean. Because once you become a part of the university bureaucracy, you're supposed to forget, right? You're supposed to let that position determine you. And so he was willing as dean to identify with the efforts of students and faculty to develop an analytical and transformative approach to the problem of policing. And I think this moment, in a lot of ways, presage the current efforts to challenge the racist dimensions of policing today, including the articulation of the war on terror and the police presence in the Black community. And I'm just going to evoke one other moment, and then we can move on. And this highlighted for me the importance of having a person like Stephen Cullenberg in the position of the dean. Now, some of you may have been around when this event happened. It was as a matter of fact, it was a symposium or conference on settler colonialism, the prison industrial complex, and the future of genocide. And heteropatriarchy. And Palestine. And to have the dean present and encouraging these kinds of conversations that were attempting to understand the various intersectionalities of those issues was absolutely marvelous. And I just want to thank you for all of your work, guys.